Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I hope you're all doing well today. The message that I'm getting is that there's someone who wants to feel heaven in your embrace. So I feel like there's someone in your life, but you might not know who this person is, but they have their eyes on you. So let's pull some cards and figure out who this person is and what exactly they're thinking about you. Alright, so first, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So there is the sense of someone kind of watching and waiting. It's like waiting for the grapes to grow, waiting for this maximum amount of ripeness. And the thing that I'm getting is like ice wine, which we have here in Canada. I'm not sure if other countries that grow grapes also have this, but when it gets really cold, the grapes that stay on the vine, they get really sweet, and then we make this really sweet dessert wine out of it that they sell for just way too much money. But that's kind of the sense I'm getting, is like, you are this grape, and it's like you haven't been picked off the vine just yet, and it's because you weren't just gonna be picked to make some like $13 bottle of Chardonnay or whatever. It's like you are ripening into your fullest, most delicious version of yourself, and that's why this love hasn't come in for you just yet, because it's like it was waiting for you to come to your ultimate form. All right, so we have the moon. Okay, so there is this sense of, it's like something taking place at night. There's something a little bit magical. And then we also have this dog and the wolf howling at the moon together. So I feel like this connection is going to be something with a really strong feeling of kinship, where I feel like this person is also going to be the ultimate version of themselves. And maybe this is why this person hasn't approached you just yet, and they're still kind of hiding in the shadows, so to speak, is that they're also kind of going through this transformation. And what I'm getting is, like, if you've seen anime, like a magical girl transformation, where it's like suddenly there's sparkles around you and you do a spin and then your outfit changes and you just look completely different. I think that's kind of the feeling that you and this person are both going through right now. Is it's like you're both going through this really deep glow up and personal transformation, and then it's like that's why you're waiting to ripen, sort of, before the love is ready to be picked and distilled into this delicious sweet syrupy wine. It's like if you picked up this love too early, it wouldn't have really worked out, or it would have been like this lower level of romance. But because you're both transforming, it's like this is what's making way for this higher level of romance to come through. And we have the Three of Cups. So there is a sense of the Trinity, and there's this feeling of, again, like an autumnal harvest is taking place in this card, of this coming together and creating something new out of this bringing together of people, where I feel like you and this person are both connected on some level of this like soul connection. And so when the two of you come together, while that soul connection and your love is present, it's like these three elements coming together. So it's like the one person's individual ego, the other person's ego, and then this third thing that is your love, or this bond that you share. And then this almost creates this sense of harmony that then creates this fourth secret thing that is like this transformed version of this energy that happens when the two of you are together. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. If you're not quite familiar with what I'm talking about, you might want to look into the alchemical axiom of Maria, where she says one becomes two, and two becomes three, and then out of the third becomes the fourth as the one. Just look it up. You know, this is the type of thing that is not going to be able to be comprehended by the mind. It's like, if you're familiar with the Heart Sutra in the Buddhist practice, it's like it's something that's meant to penetrate at the heart level. So you just have to listen to the message, absorb it, and meditate on it, and it will affect some deeper change in you, like I was talking about with this magical girl transformation. But it's not something that can be achieved just by thinking about it. Like, it's not something that can be logically spelled out. So forget logic when it comes to this transformation and this connection that you're looking for. And like I mentioned, I think this person sees you as this kind of heavenly angelic presence, and I feel like they know that coming together would create heaven on earth for the two of you. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like it's almost like this person has a lot, and it's like they're guarding it in some ways, where I feel like this is someone who is very much financially stable. I feel like there's someone who's quite emotionally stable as well. I feel like they have like really good connections in the community, and it's like they just have a lot. but they're kind of guarding it in a way where maybe even if they were romantically involved with other people, they only gave those people like 1% of themselves, if even. So it's like they have a lot, but they kind of keep it guarded. And I feel like you're also the same in a way. Like you'll give people your attention, you'll talk to people, but you're not giving them all of your energy like that. I feel like you're saving this energy for the one. It's like on some level where it's not even conscious, like I mentioned, it's on some higher soul level. It's like you know not to fully give yourself over to any person unless it's this level of divine union. Okay, so the Three of Swords. So the sense I'm getting is there is some heartbreak element involved in the story, and it could be on the other person's end, it could be on your end, or it could be like the dynamic between the two of you is kind of heartbreaking. And like I mentioned, you might not even know who this person is. So the reason this could be heartbreaking is like this person might have a sort of crush on you, and like I mentioned, they see heaven in your arms, but it's like they're almost like too scared to approach you for some reason, or it's like they think that you're out of their league, and this could be kind of heartbreaking for them. Or maybe there's something holding them back from approaching you, where it's like they recently had their heart broken and then they're not really looking to pursue romance, but at the same time they do see this really idealized version, like a vision of heaven with you. So it's this kind of dual heartbreaking thing of like wanting more but not being ready to pursue it. Or maybe there's some heartbreak in your life, and this could actually almost be like scaring off this potential suitor of like they see how torn up you are about someone else, and then it's like, oh well, if they're not over so and so, then there's no point pursuing them right now. So again, there's this kind of like waiting game element to it. And it could have also been that you kind of had your heart broken just by virtue of being alone for so long. And like I mentioned, it's like you have a lot, but you haven't ever given that away to someone fully, and you might not even be conscious of this. It's like it's just on this higher level. There's more in you to be unlocked in love, but you haven't given it away to anyone yet because you on some level you knew that it wouldn't have been heaven on earth in this dynamic, and you were waiting for that. And this could have been something really heartbreaking to you. It's almost like maybe you thought that there wasn't love out there in the world for you, or you'd never find love. And it's like you had this version of love in your head that you knew was possible on some level, but it's almost like you didn't really think that it would happen for you. It's like you know logically like that this type of romance that you want is possible, but it's just that you've never encountered anyone who would actually share this dynamic with you. And I think that that's okay because like I mentioned, you're going through this transformation, and it's this period of waiting until things are at their maximum ripeness. And so the reason you've never encountered this type of love before is that once you get it, you're locked in. Like this is the love. So it shouldn't be this heartbreaking feeling of like, oh, because I haven't had it, it doesn't exist. It's this feeling of patience and waiting for it to come to you. So we have the World. So I feel like there is this sense in your life right now where new possibilities are opening up for you. And I feel like this has followed some period of intense study where you were really working hard, kind of had your head down, and that's kind of what contributed to your glow up a little bit. Is I feel like your glow up wasn't purely physical of just like putting more effort into your appearance or just putting yourself out there more. Like that's definitely part of it, but I feel like part of this glow up was that you were really hitting the books and you were really figuring out exactly how to become this best version of yourself. And it wasn't just something that was like top 10 beauty tricks or anything like that. It was like you were fully immersed in this transformational energy of just wanting to become the best version of yourself. And I feel like it's finally happening. It's like you're emerging into the world. It's almost like the sense I'm getting is like a launch. Like if you ever see like a K-pop or like a Japanese idol group where they do like this sort of spotlight on like launching the new member, that's kind of what I'm getting. Is like you're kind of launching into the world right now where you're on the public stage in a way that you've never been before, or if you're not right now, it's like you're about to be. And so the sense I'm getting is really like this introduction, and it's almost like you're stepping into the limelight is what I'm getting as well. And so that's why I feel like this romance maybe, it's like maybe you're aware of each other. Like I mentioned, I think this is someone you already know, but it's like this period of waiting because I think you both had to step into the limelight in some way. Where I think that if you had been on too involved in each other's path before you got to this point, it would have been a kind of strange connection that the connection could have been compromised, or it could have compromised your ascension in some ways. But it's like once you've both fully ascended and reached this maximum level, then you can come together and it'll be like this sense of harmony in heaven on earth. But it's like you have to get to that point alone. because of the fact that the only way you could step into the limelight was by doing it yourself and without the influence of other people. Because when you're not in this state of being, the end goal of your transformation, it's very easy to be influenced by other people, and specifically your romantic partner. Of like, if you were in the state previous to your transformation and your romantic partner wanted to live in a certain city, or they had some certain career ambition or some sort of ambition about like having a family or something, I feel like in some ways you might have been influenced by it. And even like on, again, like not on a fully conscious level where it's like consciously, of course, you knew what you wanted, but because you were in love with someone and their what they wanted just mismatched a little bit, it's almost like in some ways you would have been swayed to it and almost pulled to it. But I think once you undergo this transformation and you come out the other side of it, it's like your partner would not be able to sway you because you are just so secure in yourself. Like, you can't be influenced by external factors. And on top of this, it doesn't really matter, because this divine love that's coming towards you, it is so fully in alignment with your soul's calling that there is no difference of opinions where you might be swayed to change something in your lifestyle, or that would hold you back from fulfilling your soul's purpose like that. It's like you are so much in alignment that it's like everything just flows perfectly. Like, they want the exact life, they want the exact type of love that you want as well. Like I mentioned, it's like they see heaven in your arms, of just like knowing that being with you would be heaven on earth, and that everything would be perfect, is the sense that I'm getting. And I think it would be perfect for you as well. So the Page of Cups, so there is the sense of some sort of communication coming in soon, and like I feel like this is very much a love confession because it is the Cups suit. It is this feeling of some sort of emotional message where I feel like this person has feelings for you, and you might even have feelings for them too. Or like I mentioned, you might not actually know who this is, but it could be that like once you receive this message or confession, it's like it stirs something in you that you didn't really realize before. But the sense I'm getting is really like this person has been cultivating feelings for you for a long time. And again, with the Seven of Pentacles energy, it's like they were kind of waiting and watching, like waiting in the shadows or watching from the sidelines, is what I'm getting. It's like they were kind of watching you do your thing and just being in awe of this heavenly life that you've cultivated for yourself, and wanting to sort of leap in and be a part of it. And the sense that I'm getting is like it's like a high risk kind of situation for both of you, because like I mentioned, it's like this is the love. Like once you get it, there's no more. So I feel like if there is some sense of trepidation or waiting on this person's end, it's because they know that it's a life-changing important decision. It's not going to be just some like, oh, we'll go on a few dates, it'll be whatever, or we'll date for a few years, it's like whatever. No, it's like I think either consciously, probably they already know this, but on an unconscious level especially, there's this sense of like this is a very important decision to make. And so that's why these elements of hesitation might be present. And you shouldn't take this hesitation as rejection. And especially if you have someone in mind and you can tell that they're kind of playing hard to get, or like just not really giving you that sense of like romantic chasing that you would kind of like, it's because they are waiting, and they're waiting for the right moment. And like I mentioned, this is not a conscious thing. This person is not going to consciously decide, okay, I've got this promotion, and or I got to this point in my career, and okay, I'm ready for love now, so I'm going to go ask this person out. It's like it is as much more like soul level feeling where divine timing really plays a big part in this, where it's like this person needs to know, not just on a conscious level, but feel it in their heart, like at the deepest core level, like, okay, I'm ready for this, or like it is the time now. It's not even about being ready, it's just like being intuitively guided to know that this is the right time. And so I think you might on some level also know this, that you are waiting for the right time, and you're very much okay with this in your heart. But I think in your head, in your ego, you might be feeling like, when is this going to happen? I want this now. I want this right away. Like, hurry up. So I feel like there's this message is coming through in this card, is like shift a little bit outside of your ego and allow yourself to feel the message in your heart. And especially if this is someone you have in mind and you have strong feelings for them as well, is like understanding that things will happen when the time is right. Like, it's okay. Don't rush things, because like I mentioned, right, if you pull the grapes too early, all you're gonna get is that 13 bottle of wine rack Chardonnay. But you let the grapes grow a little bit longer, and then you have the $50 bottle of Costco ice wine. No, I mean, it's even better than that. Like, the sense I'm getting is like ambrosia. Like, I feel like what you're cultivating within yourself is like the elixir of life. And so it's like this very refined substance is what I'm getting. It's like, it's not like coarse grains, it's like this very fine glittery powder. That's just the message that's coming through. Okay. So we have the Six of Pentacles. So there is this feeling of generosity where I think this is why this person is very much attracted to you and sees heaven with you, is because they know that you're very generous with your energy and with just the way you talk to people, the way you interact with people. I think you're a very compassionate person. Like, that is really the word that's coming through, is compassion, where I think people can sometimes get caught up in their egos, right? So maybe if someone did something and it was coming from a place of hurt and they weren't intentionally trying to hurt someone, but maybe they did and egos happened to clash, maybe everyone that they dealt with in the past would have gotten really angry or just been like, you know, if you've ever had this experience of someone getting disproportionately angry at you, you know what I mean. And it's like, it's just kind of strange. It's like yelling at a child or something. Like, in my experience when I went through this, someone berated me for dropping a tissue box on a carpeted floor. They're like, "You're so clumsy, what's wrong with you?" Oh my god, crazy business. But I feel like this is what happened to this person in the past, is they had people like that, where it was like some genuine accident where it wasn't a moral failing or anything, or maybe it kind of was, where maybe they had said something that was a little bit out of hand, but it was like, again, it was coming from this place of hurt or coming from this unhealed place, and the people around them reacted really without compassion, of just like, "You're a bad person, why would you do this? You know, you're so clumsy, what's wrong with you?" Really, it's like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. But I feel like you're the type of person who would never do that. I feel like you're the type of person who, you know, you keep it moving. Like, if someone does something and it's like, "Oh, that's not quite it," I can tell you're acting from a place of hurt. Or maybe they just like make a mistake. Like, maybe if someone spills a drink on you or something, you're not gonna yell at them or anything. You're just like, it's fine, like, it's just water, right? It's gonna evaporate. So I feel like you're the type of person who is just really gentle and compassionate in your dealings with this person and with other people. Like, I feel like they perceive your dealings with other people as well. I think they've seen you interact with other people in the world, and this could have been online or in person, or like, it could be someone at work, they see you interacting with customers or other coworkers, or it could be a friend and they've seen you interacting with like customer service workers or something like that, where I feel like they have seen you be generous to other people, so they can tell it's not just like, you know, you have a crush on them so you're being extra nice to them. I feel like it's like they understand that you have this compassion deep in your heart for every living being. And I also feel like you're especially compassionate in your dealings in romance. And I feel like this is something they understand. Where, again, like I mentioned, when people are acting from a place of hurt, you're not going to berate them or criticize them or make them feel like a bad person. It's more like the sense of, let's work through this together. So I feel like they understand that's why things would be so heavenly with you, is because this whole relationship would be this process of healing past wounds and breaking down the behaviors and trying to figure out what the root of the issue is. Like, if someone came to you and maybe they were acting a little bit out of turn, you would be like, okay, let's unpack exactly why you felt the need to say that to me. Like, if you're picking a fight, like, why are you doing that? Rather than engaging on the ego level of like, okay, now I'm gonna fight you. But it's kind of like, oh, let's talk about, maybe there was something in your childhood that made you have this strange hang up on your dealings with people. And it's like, let's go into that wound. And it's almost like this feeling of time travel, of going back to when that wound was first established and then healing the wound from the beginning, instead of just layering up more and more pain on top of that, but like really going to the deepest level and healing the wound. So that's the kind of sense I'm getting, is like this miracle worker kind of vibe, this like golden touch, magic touch, or like healing hands. Like, have you ever seen those like Reiki healers? Like, the sense I'm getting is like, you pass your hand over the wound and then suddenly there's nothing there. The cut, it's not even a scar, it's just vanished. So I feel like that is why this person sees heaven in your arms and knows that life with you would be heaven on earth, is because there is never any more sense of conflict, of inflicting wounds on each other. It's only this process of going through and healing things and bringing out this best version of yourselves. Oh, so we have the Six of Cups here, and this is just the most adorable card. I would still say, if I had to pick a favorite card, this would be my favorite. And it's this boy giving this little girl a bouquet of flowers that are in a cup. And it's just this really sweet, innocent sort of love. And I feel like this is really what this relationship is going to be like, and why this person sees it as heaven on earth. Because maybe in this person's past relationships, and maybe in yours as well, there was this sense of just, it wasn't heaven on earth, let's be honest. There were moments that just really felt like hell on earth, really. Where maybe you had both dealt with some issues of abuse or codependency in the past, and there was just this sense of a really toxic dynamic kind of wrapped up in love. And that's why I mentioned there might be these feelings of hesitancy or feelings of heartbreak, because I feel like you both have had some adverse experiences in the past. But there is this deeper level knowing that between the two of you, it's never going to be like that. It's going to be this really childlike innocence of like, you know, when you have a boyfriend or girlfriend in kindergarten and it's just like you hold hands or whatever, or maybe you kiss on the baseball diamond. I don't know, that's just something I've heard of in like movies and TV. I never had that. When I was in kindergarten, I mostly just sat alone, or I had one best friend, but we just like role played Pokemon and stuff like that. But anyway, the sense I'm getting is like it's just really cute childlike innocence, and there is someone in the back who has a sort of staff or looking like a weapon who's walking away from the scene. So the sense I'm getting is it's like this adult version of you that had to fight in relationships, and not even necessarily like physically or verbally. Like maybe you weren't necessarily fighting, but maybe you were being fought with. But just the sense of like having to be guarded, having to have your sword up, and being ready to defend yourself from attacks in relationship. That version of yourself is able to walk away and put down the sword. It's like you're going back to this really gentle, innocent place where you don't want to hurt each other, or you're not really capable of hurting each other on that deeper level, because there is the sense of understanding, compassion, and kinship between the two of you. So let's draw a few cards to figure out exactly what this person is thinking about you right now. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is spinning. It's this almost sense of like, what could things be like together? Because like I mentioned, this is this really elevated type of relationship where I feel like you're both in the limelight in some ways. Like I feel like you're both going to be very important in your community, or on the world stage, or in your industry. So it is the sense of this kind of feeling of like imagining a future together is really what I'm getting. And it's almost like the world has opened up to you in some ways, where maybe previously you or this other person especially kind of had this vision for their life that was very small. And I mean, at the same time, it was ambitious, but it was also restricted just because you didn't know what was out there for you. But I feel like this person is really thinking right now about how many new possibilities could be opened up to them if they had this sort of loving divine connection. And it's not just about like on the level of an interpersonal relationship of like, yes, having a husband or wife is nice. They'll take care of you, they'll cook meals for you or whatever, you can share a home together. It's going so far beyond that, of this purely energetic relationship of being so inspired. Like when you have a muse, and like a true muse, and maybe they had muses in the past where they were kind of able to project that inner sort of muse-like quality onto them, right? And like this could be related to the Jungian concept of anima or animus projection, where so maybe if there was someone attractive, or maybe you've experienced this too, is like you've seen someone attractive and you can kind of pine for them a little bit and they inspire you, and it's like maybe you'd write a poem about them or make a drawing of them. But this type of connection is so much higher than that, because I think you both have this muse-like quality to you, but you also both have this godlike creator energy to you. So it's like having a muse who is also on that level of like godlike creator is just so much more inspiring. And because it's like, it's also this kind of reciprocal quality of feedback where it's not like like when you're dealing with these things of anima or animus projection, it's almost like you're staring at a marble statue, and that's what's inspiring you. And that can be really inspiring, just contemplating the form of beauty, but then going even further to just like beauty itself, like the pure essence of it on a so much deeper level. And I feel like this is something that you haven't fully experienced, so it might be really hard for you to comprehend exactly what your life would be like when you have this energy in it. But I think you both know that on some level it's going to open up new possibilities in the world, and like very fortunate possibilities of prosperity and, you know, fulfilling things beyond your wildest dreams. Like you're starting to realize now that your wildest dreams were actually pretty limited, even if they were quite wild. And I dropped a card. All right, we have the Four of Swords, and this was exactly what I was just talking about. This feeling of your ambitions being actually kind of limited and not fully understanding exactly the effect you'll have on the world, because this card really speaks to, again, the sense of generosity and compassion that you exercise in your work, but then also this feeling of being remembered after your death, or of being remembered as a saint. And no, it's not just like delusions of grandeur, but genuinely it's this feeling of you're making an impression on so many people, you're changing people's lives for the better, just through your compassionate acts and through this feeling of love that you're spreading through what you pour into your work and through your vocation is something that's going to have you remembered after your death. And I feel like that's kind of what you're understanding now, is like you're not just destined to become some nobody on the hamster wheel of just clock in, clock out, go home, watch Netflix. I think you're starting to understand that you were destined for so much more than that. Like, you were destined to change the world. You were destined to contribute to this creation of heaven on earth, just one person at a time, through just these little magical touches that you give to other people. You're cultivating more of that energy of heaven on earth. And I feel like that is also what your relationship is doing in a sense with this person, is, like I mentioned, this sort of divine union of being heaven on earth. You're creating that just between the two of you, but then it's propagating even more into the world, where it's sort of like you're a role model, is the sense that I'm getting, where I think other people will see this loving relationship that is just so pure, kind, and loving. There's never any sense of like fighting between the two of you, or like conflict. Like, you know, sometimes you have disagreements, but I think the sense that I'm getting from this relationship is it's just like on this purely energetic level, it's just all love. Like, it's so loving that it makes other people realize that they've never had this before, and it's something that just encourages them to, again, like, go through this transformation so that they can achieve this level of love. And this transformation is genuinely like on a psychological level. Yes, it has to do with healing. Like I mentioned, these wounds with codependency or any sort of childhood traumas, but I think it goes so far beyond that, of this very radical transformation of individuality, of individuation, of becoming your own person, of becoming this creator entity who is both a muse and a god at the same time. And so this is really the vibe that I'm getting, is like, through this divine union, this heaven on earth that you've created for yourselves, it is going to inspire other people. And it's like, yeah, like this role model feeling of like the best type of love, or the healthiest type of love, where it's almost like you're a relationship counselor just through your presence, just through being together. It's almost like people see you together and they'll understand, like, oh, this is how I should act in a relationship to have heaven on earth. But again, this is somewhat far in the distance. Like I mentioned, I think this person has not yet delivered this message to you, or maybe they may have only partially delivered this message, or you're not even fully sure exactly who I'm talking about right now. I feel like this is quite far down the line, but I think you have a really good understanding of what type of love is coming in for you. So let's draw a few more cards about what this person is thinking about you right now. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like, or sorry, the Eight of Pentacles. I always get them switched. There is the sense of working really hard, or seeing you as a hard worker. I think that this person really recognizes that you've been on your grind. It's like the Fiona Apple song Extraordinary Machine is coming through, where she says, I certainly haven't been shopping for any new shoes, and I certainly haven't been spreading myself around. Or I feel like this person knows that you're single and ready for love, but they also know that you're not just like out there chasing. Like, you're not out there on the apps, you're not going out to the clubs cruising for companionship every night. It's like you're at your desk working hard, committing yourself to this process of personal transformation and spiritual growth. And I think this person recognizes that about you. They see that you're a really diligent hard worker. And maybe if you have had some sort of setback in your life, like a heartbreak recently, I think this person recognizes, like, oh, you bounced back from that so well. It's not like you sat there brooding for so long. Like, certainly maybe you grieved the loss of this connection for as long as you needed to, but you didn't let that hold you back from this important work that you're doing. And I feel like this really corresponds to this feeling of the great work, of the work that you're doing on yourself, of this becoming this fully individuated version of yourself. And I think that this person really recognizes that about you, and I think they understand that when you come together, this work is going to carry through. You're not just going to give up when you get into a relationship of like, okay, well, I got married, I built myself up so that I could find a partner, and now I'm just going to be lazy and I'm done. It's like, that's not the vibe that you're giving off. The vibe you're giving off is that no matter what, you're committed to this lifestyle of work. And when I say work, I don't just mean like physically doing work and like burning yourself out, because obviously that's not healthy, but it's this work of kind of being always on, like 24/7, like the work never stops. Because it's like, again, with this feeling of compassion, it's like it the sense I'm getting is the Smith song, where he goes, it takes strength to be gentle and kind. It's like, it's genuinely hard. Like, it's easier to be a hater than it is to be compassionate. It's easier to fall into those patterns of codependency than to build this healthy, loving relationship. So the sense that I'm getting is that this person knows that when you're in a relationship together, you're not just going to give up. You're going to keep on working to heal these wounds, to become the best version of yourself, to keep working on your own individual path and on your life's purpose. And I feel like they understand that you're such a hard worker that your life's purpose is, again, this feeling of the Wheel of Fortune, of like this infinite, expansive quality of you could kind of have anything you want, or that there's something really major, exciting, mysterious in the cards for you. And it's a sense of wanting to work together, of wanting to build something together, wanting to build your own little Garden of Eden on this green planet. So the sense I'm getting is really just this feeling that this person admires you in many ways. They see you as someone who is capable of really big things. Like, I feel like this person really sees you as a star. They really recognize your star power. And I feel like you might recognize this in this person too, especially if you have someone in mind. I think the reason you have them in mind is like, you met them and you realize like, oh, this person is a hidden gem. Like, this person is going to be big one day. And I feel like that's really the feeling that's coming out of your relationship, is like, you know, you could be stars together. And I feel like you're both the type of person who could handle this ascension. And it's almost as if this ascension is preparing you for the greater trials that you'll have to face when you enter the world. So right now, this was sort of like this trial period. And I feel like if it did cause you some sort of strife, or it was a little bit difficult for you, that's like, it was just the first challenge. And like, the sense I'm getting is like, it wasn't even a full ascension. It was more like what one might call an initiation. And so I feel like, again, if you've gone through this kind of period lately where things felt a little bit difficult or confusing or scary for you, that was your initiation into this new way of being. And that was to prepare you for all the trials that you're going to face on this road, that are going to be so much bigger. But at the same time, they're not necessarily going to be harder, because I feel like, again, you've been prepared for this. You're a hard worker. You can face things with grace and diligence. Like, I feel like you're just able to accomplish a lot more than you ever thought you could previously. But the sense that I'm getting is really just like the tasks ahead. It's like you have just gone over a hill, but now you're climbing the mountain. But I feel like you are fully prepared to climb this mountain. Like, you have all the gear and you have a buddy to climb your mountain with once you get there. So I feel like really the sense is like, like really preparing to take on the world together. I feel like that's kind of what this person is thinking about you. They see you and they're like, I want to conquer the world together. Right, what else are they thinking about you? The Chariot. Okay, so I feel like this person sees you as a leader, kind of being at the front of the pack, where I think they're more in this Chariot energy of like, this is a little bit earlier on the journey too, where I feel like it's almost like they're following you, like follow the leader is what I'm getting, where I think that this person was almost in this period of stagnation before they encountered you, but you were already in the beginning stages of your transformation. And I feel like the reason for this is that this person, the way that their transformation is going to come about is more like a snap of the fingers, whereas yours was more like the stretching of a rubber band until it snaps and breaks. So I feel like you are either approaching that snapping and breaking, or you've already gone through it. Whereas this person is like, it's like they're going to switch on at a certain time, and then that's when the timing is going to be right, like I mentioned, to deliver this message, and then they'll know on this soul level. But I feel like there is almost a sense of like immaturity within this person, of maybe they still have some aspects of their shadow brewing, just because they haven't fully snapped into this initiation exactly. But I feel like because they encountered you and they saw this version of you that was very clearly different from everyone else they've encountered, and like I mentioned, you have this really strong sense of compassion in how you treat people, and your diligence and commitment to this 24/7 type of work. And so I feel like this person saw this potential inside themselves as well. Like I mentioned, they saw heaven in your arms, and they knew that the type of partner who would be someone who could handle you and carry you and hold you would have to be a transformed version of themselves as well. Like, I think they knew that when they met you in that state, that that was not possible for this higher level of union that you were looking for. So I feel like this person is kind of understanding maybe some of their own immaturities, where they had kind of thought like, okay, I'm at the top of my game already, like I'm already the best version of myself. But I feel like meeting you showed them that there was so much more growth that they were capable of. And so there is a sense of the transformation taking place inside them, being inspired by you. Like, I feel like this person is really inspired by you. They again see you as a role model. They see you as someone who kind of like has it all in a sense. And like I mentioned, is like you both kind of have a lot more than you are willing to give away. And I think there's parts of yourself that you keep very guarded, where even when people see you, it's like they understand, like, oh, this person is really talented, or they have a lot of great ideas within them. They have a lot of loving energy to give to the world, but I still feel like you're holding a little bit back as well. And I feel like this person is too, in a sense, where it's like you're kind of just guarding your treasures until the moment is right. Let's see what else this person is thinking about you, especially in a very romantic context. Ooh, we have the Nine of Swords coming out. So I feel like this person is being tortured right now. Like I mentioned, it's this feeling of wanting to give this message, but not until your higher self tells you that you're ready. But in the ego, it's this feeling of being really eager to get to this point. And so that's where some of this suffering could come in, is just like, I think they're kind of torn up about you, where it's almost like they're kind of worried, like maybe you're gonna find someone else, maybe you're going to not like them, like you're gonna reject them, maybe the fact that they've made you wait so long. It's like this feeling of, it's, and like I think they just have you on their mind all the time. Like I feel like you probably linger in their head most of the day, or they see a lot of things that remind them of you or remind them of their feelings for you. And there's also this feeling of like sleepless nights, where I think they think about you a lot at night, or they might be having dreams about you. And I feel like specifically they might have had a very vivid dream about you, and that was what made them just feel really tortured, where maybe in their dream it was like this vision of heaven on earth with you, and then they woke up and then they were alone. And then it was this feeling of just being really sad that that wasn't their life already. Or it could have been the other way, of like this, having this vision where you were taken out of their life forever, and then they just had to live without that heaven on earth, knowing that they could have had it, but then not living with it. But the sense that I'm getting is that, yeah, that's why this person is so torn up, is it's like this feeling of wanting you so much, but not being able to have you right now. But really what I'm getting is that this person doesn't need to worry about that, because like I mentioned, it's like you're saving yourself for this level of divine union. And if this is the person who is going to bring this to you, you don't have to worry about like waiting too long, or any feelings. Like I mentioned, this sense of compassion that you have is like, you're not going to be hard on them of being like, why did you wait so long, you should have asked me out so much longer ago, or anything like that. Like I think that's not really how it's gonna go. I feel like it is with this really gentle Six of Cups energy of like, you know, just being very happy that you can be together. But I think that right now this person is in this strong period of just pain and torture thinking about you. All right, let's draw one more card on the romantic feelings that this person has to you. Ooh, okay. The Seven of Wands. So I feel like this person sees you as someone who is very desirable. Like there's a lot of competition, a lot of options, because I feel like you are someone who has just been attracting people towards you. And especially recently, after this feeling of ascension or initiation of this glow up, it's like suddenly people are chasing you down, and it's like you probably were already a very attractive person who had a lot of people interested you in the past. Even if these people didn't necessarily approach you, I think you could tell that they were interested in you. But I feel like recently it's this feeling of like having to fend off the hordes of like, there's probably been a lot of people trying to get your attention, of wanting to chat to you online or in person, of asking you out on dates, or like when you go out in public you might get hit on a lot as well. And I think this person knows that this is happening to you, or even if this hasn't really been happening to you, I think they think that this is happening to you, and that's could be what's contributing to this like Nine of Swords energy of being tortured. Is just this thought of like, oh my god, what if someone else gets to them first? What if they find someone else? What if there's someone they like better? So that's really the sense that I'm getting, is like this person is almost like on this timeline where they're kind of feeling like, I need to deliver this message before it's too late. So I feel like this person is really just seeing you as the one right now. I feel like they have you on their mind all the time, and I feel like it's tearing them apart. But in divine timing, everything will come together, and I think you will have this perfect vision of love, of heaven on earth together very soon. Alright, well thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in booking a personalized reading, they are 20 minutes for $25 Canadian until the end of February. So if you're interested in booking one of those, please send me an email with the email that is listed in the description or in my YouTube bio. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.